Alrighty traders, let's get into this video is going to be all about the mining sector. And the reason I'm doing a video just for the mining sector alone is because I really want to share with you two things that's really important that I'm seeing with the mining sector that I think is really important. The first thing I really want you to understand about the mining sector is this, and not only just the mining sector, but your approach, okay? There is a big differences between an investment into the mining sector, which I have, I'll talk about that in just a minute, and trading the mining sector. Big differences here. I want you to split them up here, okay? Here's the first thing I do say about the mining sector. I see the mining sector being one of the greatest bull market opportunities to get involved with because it hasn't had the bull market yet. Not like crypto, stocks, AI, all these other markets, even gold has had a very big move to the upside, right? So if we're looking for good investments, are we looking to get into something before it starts its really big move to the upside? Or are we looking to get into something after it's already made a very big move to the upside, right? And this is the thing I do say is that from an investment opportunity, if I bring up things like the GDXJ and I bring up the weekly chart here, right? It's so important that to see here that firstly, what I'm saying here, guys, takes time. I know some of you guys are focusing on like, oh, John, gold went up $20 in the last 2 hours. It's like, okay. If you want, let me say something here, guys. If you really are looking to look for opportunities to potentially make a really big move, right? Those things take time, right? And you know yourself, right? Like one of the biggest mistakes that I made early on in my career is always looking for that short term. I know after 2008, and one of the biggest regrets of my life, in 2008, when the whole housing crash happened, I think it was 2011, 2012, I had an opportunity to buy a big block of units with someone that I knew, and I pulled out. But I pulled out because I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. I don't want to have to wait for this building to go up. You know, maybe 10 years I can, maybe double my money. All that sort of stuff. Now, what I know about buildings, about blocks of units, is not just the appreciation of value that goes up, but you can actually do a lot of cash flow, right? It's a really good cash flow type of building there. And yeah, there's a lot of good benefits around building that. Now I've done a lot of education around it, right? So the purpose of me saying that, guys, is that I do see, and we may have already found the bottom here, okay? We may have already found the bottom here, but I do see one of the greatest investments that one of the greatest bull markets that no one sees right now is on the verge, and maybe it's already started. And what I mean by that is that, as you can see through here, right? Look at this here. What have we been doing through here since basically 2020? This low down the bottom here in 2022 to where we are now. What have we done? We've done about 100% increase, right? Which is not too bad. Even just from the 2024 to now, we're up about 63%. By the way, guys, I have an investment account that I am long in this, but it's not short-term trading. I don't care about the short-term movement. I do see this thing probably being up at 200 in the next 5 to 10 years. How that happens, I don't know. So big bull moves take time for them to happen, right? And so the whole thing about the mining sector is that if you're an investment, firstly, don't be jumping go after things that hasn't done well, right? We know the whole cycles of markets, right? When things do really well for a while, that's not the time to get into it, because what's going to happen? We go through these cycles, right? One of the reasons why I love the mining sector, I think the mining sector is an incredible place to be, because guess what? We had a mining boom back in 2011. And then we had a crash. We've done nothing for 10 years. So if I was a betting man, we're probably going to get a mining boom in the next 10 years, right? Yeah. But the thing is, people say, I'm going to wait for the mining boom to happen. The thing is, we never know. The bottom could already be in. I've been investing now in this mining sector now for quite some time. The bottom could already be in this one. And we're slowly, when I say the bottom, see what I mean here? The bottom over the last 12 months, we've gone up 100%, and my portfolio's done quite well as well too, over that. So I do see one of the greatest bull markets that no one sees, that is about to start. Maybe it's already started. So that's an investment there, right? As you can see, this is a weekly chart. All of these are weekly bars. It takes time for that thing to unfold. Again, one of the biggest mistakes that I made back in my early career was like the building of you. I wasn't thinking about it. Now, if I had that building, I think it was going to cost me 250. I forget exactly. I'm making up numbers here, right? But I forget exactly what it was. But it would have been a great investment to have right now, especially as a portfolio, right? So I'm trying to share with you that that's what I see long term. Newsflash, I'm actually very bullish to the mining sector. I think mining's got a lot there. Now for you guys that are trade of the markets, right? And I'm getting a lot of flack in the chat box below saying, John doesn't know what he's talking about. John's full of shit. You know, if you think I'm full of shit, second link in the description there, guys, is a link to my coaching. And on that page, guess what? I'm 100% transparent about my real equity curve. So if you think I'm full of shit, and I get some people, don't listen to this guy and blah, blah, blah. If you think I'm full of shit, I'm very transparent about my equity curve. For you guys that are saying this guy's full of shit, don't listen to him, show me your equity curve. Maybe we should listen to you. Maybe I'm full of shit. But according to my equity curve, I think I'm doing pretty well right now, right? And I'm not coming from an egotistic point of view. I'm just trying to share with you that trading is not about being lucky, right? So very short, when I do short-term analysis, that's what it is. Now, short-term analysis is just looking at things like trend analysis and so on and so forth. And as I'm looking for short-term trading opportunities, now we're going to go to the trader mindset, the different mindsets. Forget the investor now. Trader is what? I'm looking for the patterns that I know that work most of the time. That's the mindset. I'm looking for the patterns that's going to work most of the time. Okay. Right? Okay, cool. So if that's the case, because that's what success is about, right? Professional trader, being professional about your job as a trader is about having a trading plan and the trading setups that you know they're going to work most of the time. Cool. Do you have that? Do you have that? So when you go to the markets, are you looking for these trading patterns? For me, I only have really a handful of trading patterns, 2 really, of trading patterns it's really one, but it's variations of the one that I look for, right? And if you do need some help around that, if you are struggling with that, again, I'm very 100% transparent about my own trading and my own real equity curve. Second link in the description, you can see my real equity curve this year, okay? So if you do need some help with that, you can apply for the actual coaching program. But when it comes down to the mining sector, guys, I really wanted to do this video based on, there's some short-term technical analysis that I do, right? Saying that we could be getting ready for a drop to the downside. So like, for example, just looking at, say, for example, the GDXJ right now through here. And say even things like the GDX. What's the GDX doing? The GDX is doing what? The GDX is now, we had an uptrend, didn't we? High lows, high lows, high lows. Now we've got a lower low. Now we could be developing some sort of bear flag through here. So there could be a probability of this thing now going down. See, now that's technical analysis, right? This is just me giving you technical analysis from here. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I just want to make this sort of really, really clear about this whole mining sector thing here, guys. Again, I'm getting a lot of flack for it all, but I just wanted to do this video based on the mining sector about the short-term picture, what's happening right now, and the patterns that's forming. But just because there's a bear flag on the screen, do you trade bear flags? Do you also trade a lot of other things, right? And the thing is for me is that when I'm trading is that I want to make sure, I know 2025 is going to be an amazing trading year for me. In fact, I'm going to have the best year ever. Why? Because I'm really, really, really confident in the patterns that I look for, the setups that I look for are very high quality and they do really well most of the time, right? And so that's what I want you to be focusing on from there. So short term, guys, we're just saying with gold, we're really in no man's land. So we could be getting ready for another move on the downside because this bear flag could produce this on the downside from here on a short term level there. But just remember I said about the big picture here, right? This is short term, what can happen over the next couple of weeks. The next 5 to 10 years, get ready because everyone that's talking about the tech bubble or actually some people are shorting it. The tech bubble, and the mining, and gold, and the Bitcoin. Guess what everyone's going to be doing? And this is where getting in before the noise happens is always important, because cycles, you want to get in before when no one's talking about it, when no one's aware of it, and then you want to start to get out when most people are getting greedy and the noise becomes very noisy.